Okay, we're back with another episode of High Rated Edison today. Today we have DMAX98 on 1127 going up against Eric Frost on 1180. So both duelists would have been in the top 100 at the time, I believe. So really high rated, and it looks like there's at least half a fun matchup here. So opening hands are Torrential, Hidden Armory, Foolish, Super Solar, and Mark, going up against Greffa, Mirror Force, Sirocco, Icarus, and Bottomless. So this is Gigavise at the top. Happy to feature this after Violi's insane run at RBET Vienna. Really trying to see what this deck can do now. I think a lot more people are taking it seriously now that it's got like a major appearance all the way to second place at the biggest RBET in-person Edison event that's happened. So really cool to see that. Congratulations to Violi, if I've not said it enough already. Huge performance there, and yeah, I want to see what Gigavise can do in this match as well. This side looks, I was going to say like Black Wings because of the Icarus, but actually it could be Vayu with the Tech Icarus or Black Wings with the hybrid Greffa. So sure, we'll find out though. So Eric's going to start us off with Greffa, dump Sirocco, dump Vayu. Still can't tell. Going to set the Bottomless now and pass. Draw for turn is Supervise. Okay, they already had combo anyway with Hidden Armory, Super Solar, Foolish, but now they've got more combo. I just think it struggles into a Bottomless here. So Foolish away the Dandelion, brings out 2 tokens. Yeah, they're going to Super Solar away one of those for a Lone Fire. Let's see if DMAX double Lone Fires. They do. Naughty, naughty. We like one Lone Fire game one on this channel. That's what all the top Gigavise players are saying. I'm just the mouthpiece at the minute. Gigaplant coming out now, and that's going to get met with a Bottomless, and that just kind of ends the turn here. Yeah, set the Torrential, pass it over. Draw for turn is Necro. Wow. Necro drawn with a Greffa on field is nice. So Greffa going to get rid of that Necro and dump another copy of Vayu. I think that confirms for us that this is Vayu. Now, if it wasn't for the Necro, the second copy of Vayu probably also confirms it. Armed Wing coming out now. That's going to run into the Torrential. Yeah, it's going to lose both of those. But they are going to have Vayu again for the Armed Wing. And this is going to do 25. Okay, set the Mirror Force now and pass it over. Draw for turn is Wind Blast. Yep. They've got options now, right? I'm trying to get better on Gigavise, so bear with me while I try and figure out what the line is. So they can Hidden Armory for DDR, grab the Gigaplant, pitch maybe the Wind Blast, and then they've got Gigavise Gigaplant Supervise combo with Lone Fire Engrave. Maybe try and rip off the Power Tool, the other Supervise, and see if you can end on Titanial Stardust. No, does that work? You've also got Mark to take, meaning you could potentially use the Armor Master as Synchro Materials, a level 7 with a Copy Plant. Let's see what DMAX decides to go with. Yeah, they're going to start Hidden Armory, mills the Gold Sock, picks up the DDR. Yeah, DDR away the Wind Blast. Yeah, this is nice. Gigaplant now. Equip with Supervise. Supervise going to bring out the Lone Fire. Lone Fire go for the Copy Plant. Yeah, they can Mark take now. I think maybe you're supposed to start with Mark take in case this is Icarus. You're probably not reading Icarus into Vayu, but maybe the idea is start Mark. I don't know, someone who's actually good on Gigavise, drop in the comments what you'd have done in this section. I don't want to call it a misplay, but it's maybe not in hindsight how it should have played out. Okay, Mark take now. They're going to use that and the Copy Plant for the Thought Ruler. Okay, that definitely doesn't feel right. I think if you don't set up Titanium, you definitely set up Stardust. Here is the level 8. Maybe I'm just saying that because we can see it's Mirror Force, and this is going to be a huge blow here. But yeah, Mirror Force is going to go off. They're going to lose both the monsters. Supervise going to revive the Gigaplant. DDR should come off now. Okay, they missed that part. I don't think it's going to matter. Armageddon Knight coming down now. Armageddon Knight is just going to be enough, right? Yeah. Yeah. Dump Plague, make Brio, and yeah, from there you've got enough for game. Okay, so Vayu going to take game 1 now. I keep trying to call it Black Wings. Okay, game 2. It's Necro, Rotor, Armonite, Icarus, and Dust Tornado going up against Mark, Gold Sark, DDR, Lone Fire, Super Solar, and Trap Stun. Okay, I don't see a way to combo here, but they're not far off it. Gold Sark away the Miracle Furt now. Yeah, Lone Fire coming down. Lone Fire into Lone Fire is fine. Game 2 and 3 into Gigaplant. Yeah, set Trap Stun, see if the Gigaplant carries, but looking at this hand, it's not going to. Armonite going to dump Plague now. Yeah, Plague top deck. Bring itself out. For Goyo, yeah, Goyo going to get in and take the Gigaplant as well. Yeah, take it out of the grave. Less Mark Fuel. Cuts off lines with DDR, which we can see are both in hand right now. Okay, sets 1 Dust, sets 2 Dust, and Rotors out the Greffa. Yeah, this Trap Stun. Oh, interesting game to look at, right? Because, okay, draw for turn is dandy. If you're trying to go off in Gigavise, Dust Tornado can just kind of stop you. And you're not going to preemptively Trap Stun, right? Are you going to preemptively Trap Stun? But we can see right now that actually preemptive Trap Stun kind of helps here. Okay, let's see how it plays out though. So Mark, yeah, who in their right mind would preemptive Trap Stun, right? Because you're obviously going to want to do this. You're going to want to Mark to take. That's going to get hit with the Dust Tornado. You're going to chain your Trap Stun. You're going to think you're all smart here. But the second Dust, they never expect the second Dust. Yeah. DDR now is still pretty good. Going to get back Lone Fire. This is 2 tokens and a Lone Fire. Yep. And then Lone Fire away. One of them for Copy Plant. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I think you kind of have to take a Synchro line now, because otherwise this Goyo just takes whatever you make. Yeah, so copy the Lone Fire. This is going to make, yeah, their own Goyo is kind of fine. Take back your own Gigaplant and pass. I wonder if Brio bounce the Goyo, attack your Gigaplant would have been better. I get that keeping the Gigaplant's huge, but like any normal summon in the game kind of just beats over it in defense, and they've drawn into Gale. Okay, Gale coming down now, going to half the Goyo, going to get into the Goyo and then take the Goyo, which is nice. And then going to get into the Gigaplant, destroy it. Yeah, you just lost the whole board there. They've got Super Solar, but because they went through 2 Lone Fire, which is kind of the, you know, it's almost always the right thing to do in game 2. They don't have a good target apart from Nettles. Yeah. This is rough. Okay, but they are getting Miracle Furt back. Yeah, we forgot about the Miracle Furt. Miracle Furt now is huge. That's going to bring out a Gigaplant. Super Solar away that for the Nettles. Yeah, this is a level 8 if you want it. Level 8 Brute Drago. Okay, now we're talking. Okay, going to get through the Gale. Yeah, and then pass. Draw for turn is an Icarus now. They're going to summon out the Greffa to dump the Necro. Dump the Vayu. Yeah, okay, they're good on darks right now. Set the Icarus and pass it over. Draw for turn is UFO Turtle. Brute Drago's secret effect going to come in. Yeah, this is cool. I mean, we rarely ever see this. But yeah, Brute Drago, once per turn you can send 1 Gemini monster from your hand to the graveyard to select and destroy 1 spell or trap your opponent controls. Very cool. We rarely ever see this come up, but they are going to be able to get out the Icarus attack that way by pitching the Gigaplant that they had in hand. Draw for turn was UFO Turtle, not great now. Again, same reason as the Super Solar earlier, because I've gone through both the Lone Fires. They are going to summon it though. That seems strange. Would they have another target? What is it? It's a level... Someone 1 fire monster with 1500 or less attack. I don't know that you play another target for UFO Turtle. Unless we're about to see some spice. Oh no, they meant to set it. Oh no. I mean, setting in main phase 1 is terrible anyway. But yeah, that's really bad. Okay, gets through one of the Goyos, pass, draw for turn is the Sirocco. Greffa going to pitch the Sirocco, dump the Vayu. Goyo going to go in and take the Turtle. Put the Greffa to defense. Partial for turn is Wind Blast. Yeah, Brute Drago going to finally out your own Goyo. Partial for turn is Dad. They were okay on darks. They're now a bit over on darks. But they can get this back, right? Vayu, Sirocco, and a Necro Gardener use takes you down to 3. Wow. Okay. Okay, draws another copy of Wind Blast. That's 2 in the main. That's interesting. I think that was what was Viewly was on as well. Brood Drago going to attempt to get in. Going to get out with the Necro Gardener now. Yeah, set the Wind Blast. Now all they've got to do is Vayu away for 3 darks. Armed when coming out now. Yeah, you're not Wind Blast in this with Brood Drago on the field, but Dad coming out is huge. So Dad going to target the monster. Yeah, Wind Blast going to put it back. Brood Drago is going to get to summon the Giga Plant off the back of this, which is nice, and it has its Gemini effect, right? Select one, special summon it. The special summon Gemini monster is treated as an effect monster and gains its effect. Yeah, wow, this is huge. This means that you're not going to have to play into Bottomless off just the Giga Plant. Okay, this is nice now. Set the Wind Blast pass. Draw for turn is set the Bottomless pass. Draw for turn is another Wind Blast. That's 3 Wind Blast. Okay, yeah, they're really valuing the spin. Okay, main one. We're gonna go Giga Plant effect. Bottomless. Yeah, that's wrong. Oh no. Oh no. No, I mean, yeah, you can't Bottomless here. It's not being summoned, it's just using its effect. It's summoned as an effect monster off the back of Brood Drago. What does that change? I mean, it changes quite a lot, right? Because you'd probably Giga Plant out the Lone Fire into Titanial. I really hope they catch this. Oh no, they don't. Oh, that's so unfortunate. This Titanial as well. I mean, what can they modulate? Darks? Not yet. They've only got 2 darks, but yeah, if you attack anything but UFO Turtle, they have Dad again, which is just going to trade with the Titanial. Even off the draw, they can Armed Wing, Crash, or Grepher Crash. Yeah, this is bad. So what should have happened is the Giga Plant summoned with its effect. So yeah, then the Lone Fire would come out, and then they would probably Bottomless to summon the Titanial. Yeah, I guess you're not getting out of it either way, right? Okay, yeah, it doesn't change much, but it sucks that they missed that. Titanial's going to get through the UFO Turtle, set the Wind Blast, and pass. Draw for turn is the Dad. Yeah, they can Crash here with the Armed Wing. Yeah, drop the Dad now, and then trade that with the Titanial. Yeah, I think you're okay with that. The Grepher, might just be enough here. Pass. Draw for turn is Hidden Armory. Yeah, I think you still use that, right? Surely you just use the Hidden Armory to mill and try and thin the deck a bit. Maybe not. Maybe it is just better at this stage of the game to keep your options open. They're going to Vayu into the Armor Master now. Yeah, Armageddon Knight, dump the Vayu. Going to get in for 14, 17, and 25. Not able to close it out this turn. Pass. Draw for turn is the Dandy. Okay, this is nice now. Yeah, this is nice now. They can discard the Dandy off of DDR. But maybe they want Mark. Let's see what they go for. Mills are supervised. That's a bit unfortunate. Picks up the DDR. Okay, yep. Yeah, DDR pitch Dandy, bring back the Giga Plant. Unfortunately, the Hidden Armory, if they'd have DDR'd last turn to pick up, sorry, if they'd have Hidden Armory last turn and then kept the DDR in hand, they would have been able to DDR and then Gemini summon the Giga Plant. And that could have been Giga Plant Titanial, which would have been really good into this board, but I guess they just wanted to take another draw before they commit their Hidden Armory to the equip of their choice. Okay, yeah, there's lots of things that we're spotting here that that could have happened. Giga Plant going to get through now, but going to get destroyed by the Armor Master and one of the tokens as well. They're going to set the Solemn and pass it over. Draw for turn is Crow, and this one's just over, right? Yeah, regardless of this, yeah, you had the Solemn for the card in hand or the back row, and they haven't played the card in hand. So Armor Knight going to get through the token, and Armor Master going to get in for game. Yeah, after they Solemn. Yeah, cool match. Cool match. Breaker being shown there as well, which is cool. Nice card for the side deck. What do I have to say about this one? Yeah, there's a couple of misses. The Brute Drago effect, you know, I think we can let that one slide. No one's read Brute Drago apart from Dionysus and Fuely. Like the only two guys that have read Brute Drago back to front. So we understand that was missed. I think just with hindsight and perfect information, there's a couple of things that D-Max could have done differently. But either way, you know, it's a really cool matchup to have watched. And seeing Gigavise at the top tables, you know, here at RBET, is just really, really reassuring that Edison can still have rotation. You know, Gigavise, 10 months ago wasn't even really considered a real deck, and I don't even think it had a top then at any point. It was just kind of conceptual, and now it's you know, it's coming second in huge events and being piloted at the top of the ladder on DB. So definitely a real deck, definitely here to stay, and we've seen some of the explosive power stuff it can put up in this match and in all the matches that you kind of see it play in. I think, yeah, some of the Gigavise, you know, Chads can put down in the comments if I'm right about any of the plays we saw, didn't see, if there was any alternative D-Max, any alternative lines D-Max could have taken. Throw it down there. I'm trying to get better with this deck. I'm trying to understand it a bit more and see the lines. I think it's one of the most interesting decks in Edison right now, and that's why I'm so interested in learning it. So yeah, throw down any comments around alternative plays they could have done to navigate this one a little better if there were any. But yeah, not able to take it down against Vayu. Can't blame them. Vayu had to banish 8 cards to take this one down. That's a moral victory if I've ever seen one. But yeah, you know, the deck's real good.